Roll out. Let me just move back so hopefully I can see all the screens. So good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Marian E. King. I am who I am. I am an independent dispatcher, owner of Empty Nest Logistics. And I wanted to come on today and talk to you all about your role as a dispatcher. Do we really know our role as an independent dispatcher? So the reason that I wanted to ask, and we'll come on and talk about this, is because there are a lot. Oh, let me say this before I get started. I'm not quite sure what direction it's going to go in. Wherever the spirit moves, that's what we're going to do. But I will say this. Take all mistakes for love. No, I just want to help the people, just like I needed to be helped. So from observation, from groups, from one-on-ones, from training people, from questions and just conversations with people, I have come to realize that there is just, sometimes people just don't know the role. They get into it from all of these glamorous things that we see, all of the name brand people that we see, all of this luxury things that we see. But I'm here to tell you that it's not a reality. It's not. I won't say that it's not a reality. I will say that as an independent dispatcher, the glam that we're seeing is not my reality. I'm not saying that it won't be one day, but what I do know is just from independent dispatching, that won't be it. That won't be the way that glam happens for me. So like I was saying, out of observation, talking with people one-on-one, hey Tish, and just the things, we're going to talk about the reality. So as an independent dispatcher, when I got started, I saw a whole lot of things. I heard about all of the name brand people, and there was one in particular that their name was just everywhere. Anytime you wanted to ask about independent dispatcher, this company name was just thrown up. And of course, when you're looking and you're seeking something, you check it out. Excuse me. And this was, for whatever reason, I really didn't vibe with it when I saw it. But I was just like, people keep on saying that this is what's happening, that this is what's it. So I started, just observing. And then I remember I saw the owner of the company live. And I was thinking to myself, oh, no. I don't live like this. I don't talk like this. And I can't spend my money here. But I kept on seeing this company over and over and just everywhere. So I'm like, I'm about to get this money up and go ahead. I got to be able to see past the messenger and just get the message. But it wasn't really no message, for real. Because the message, well, it was a message, but it wasn't the one that I needed to hear concerning dispatching. So for whatever reason, every time I would get the money up, something else would happen. Something would happen. So I was talking with my brother. My brother is a driver. Well, he works for a company. And I was like, I want to get into this. And he was like, you need to. I've been trying to tell you, you can do that. And you got the personality for that. And you know how to tell people what to do and teach them what to do. You need to start working for them. My brother is kind of hood. So he was like, you need to start working for them people. Stop making them people all that money. Because every time you do something for them people, they give somebody else credit. They give somebody else a promotion. They give, the things. Because my brother and I are close. So I used to be telling him, and he always used to be telling, you work too hard for them people. You work too hard. So I showed him what I was looking at. And my brother was like, oh, no. I used to live a certain life. You know what kind of life I was living. I went to prison. This company, no, I know that might be, but this right here ain't what's happening. They still doing what they was doing, and they hiding it behind the vice of this. So I was like, I knew it. He was like, you should have known that and I laughed because I told him, I said that like a couple of times when I was just like, this is who people keep talking about. This is who they, they're posting up. So I found somebody that was more me, more my speed. I found a company, not somebody. And I started, I went to the class. It was first a freight broker class. You probably heard me say this before. But, I didn't get what it was I needed because there was just some things missing in from all of those years of service I do. So then I, took a dispatcher course from the same company. Still didn't get all that I needed, but it gave me enough to do my own research. But I still needed a course. I still needed something else. I still needed somebody after that. So I got it. So I was going through some more of the favorites after I had taken my course, but I only needed certain things. And everybody wanted to charge me. Many of your favorites that I still see thrown out now was not real, good with me. Some of them was just, it was just a little different. We just weren't a good fit because everybody has their own experiences with different things. So I'm saying all of this because although I had taken a course and although I had done my research and although I finally was able to get up with somebody who helped me take the steps to start, there was a whole lot that was not disclosed to me. And now I talk about it. But I am who I am. I was who I was before I got into this. So there are things that are just God-given gifts to me. And there's things that I feel and I know that are important that people need to know. So that brings me to the conversation today. Do we really know our roles as an independent dispatcher? I don't think many of us do. I think I understand that, some people say, oh, it's just some situations we're not going to be able to tell you about. You have to experience them. You have to get started. And once you get going, then we can revisit it. But there are just some things that I don't see. Now, let me say this. I promote courses. I don't just promote courses because I teach dispatching. I promote it because I took courses. And although they did not give me everything that I needed, there was a lot that I didn't need because I had come from 20-something years of service. And in those years of service, I came from the ground up. So from on the phone, in sales, up to leads, up to shift managers, up to assistant manager, quality trainer, and I did train it, for the long. So I know a whole lot of information concerning customer service, which I teach that is very important in your business, especially when you work for yourself. But we get into that when you come into my training classes and stuff. But anyway, so when I got started and I got moving, I started to realize that there was a whole lot more than 4 hours or self-paced, let you know. Now, the fool you or the I'll say deceptive, because I call it deceptive practices, is you have people say it's gonna be easy. Just go get your LLC, start you a dispatching business. It don't hardly cost you no money. And then the next thing you see is from them their receipts, how much money they made and how they're living and looking luxurious and glamorous. It's just all wonderful. But then you get in and you're like, okay, I can't find no carrier. I don't know how to cold call. These are things that I did for years, so I know how to do them and I teach them to other people. But you don't realize, or they don't tell you how you got to get a carrier, how it's not going to be easy. They just give you this whole vision that you're just going to get this LLC and you're going to work from home and you don't have to pay a babysitter and you're going to spend all this time with your family and you're just going to have these carriers and it's just loads are just going to fall in when your carrier laps and your percentage is just going to be wonderful and all is going to be just this wonderful situation. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be glamorous like me and you're going to be coming to all of these places and all of this stuff that you see on my page, you're going to do and you're going to be involved in it. And let's not forget the big one. Network is your net worth. Network. But now I'm in the thick of it. And for those of you who know me and who have experienced me, I have been walking and talking through my journey of this and keeping it 100, the part that people don't want to tell us. So what I've come to discover is that type of deception is what has people in limbo now. You have people who have decided that they're not going to pay anybody and they're going to go to YouTube and they're going to get on Google because they don't feel like they need to pay anybody to be teaching them no dispatch and nobody needs to learn. But those are the same people that turn around crying because they don't have a carrier, or even a carrier. I don't need a dispatcher. I'm going to do it myself. And then you see them in these groups or trying to inbox you saying, hey, this company didn't pay me. Oh, but there was no need for a dispatcher. There was no need for a course. But now that you have fallen into the foolishness, and now that the reality has hit you, now my little business, I don't need no dispatcher. Yes, you do. And let me tell you, now you can learn it yourself, but you still need to take you some kind of situation. You need to either pay you a coach or a mentor, sit yourself down in a class. And if you decide to take a class, make sure that you are taking a class and a course from somebody that when you run into a problem, you can contact them. Don't you sit your tail nowhere on nobody's computer and on your phone and twiddling your thumbs and pay nobody all of this money for a course. And as soon as real life hits you, you got to make an appointment, or you need to pay $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 more $100. Let me tell you something right now. This is one of the reasons why there is a bad taste in people's mouth about taking courses, because you got people out here fooling people. You got people out here giving the illusion. You got people out here playing the illusion so hard that they get on live and tell you, I know you're a millionaire and I know that this is so wonderful. So let me go ahead and let me show you that I really do this, and let me do a cold call. And then they get on their phone and they looking at the book, because it's not actually a cold call. It's somebody that you have a referral from, or some of you that got a whole lot of money, you already got your own broker on the line that you gonna call. And y'all gonna play the role, but y'all gonna get on live and y'all gonna fool the people. And y'all gonna make the people feel like you did that. But however, if I ask you a question under that live, you will get back to me. I need to make an appointment. If you know the information, you know the information. If this is your real life, then you should be able to talk to me. This is my real life. This is what I do every day. I sit in this chair. I cold call from the FMCSA website. I cold call. Now, I do get referrals at times, and I dispatch those referrals out because I'm not taking anybody on. But when I get on live and I say I'm about to do a cold call, I'm getting on the FMCSA website. We're going to get on here. We're going to say, hey, how you doing, sir, ma'am? I got your information from the FMCSA website. I was calling to see if you were in the market for a dispatcher. And they're going to say, no, don't call my phone anymore. They're going to say, yeah, tell me what you do, what you talk about. And at that point, I need to know what I do and know what I'm talking about. That is a cold call. To me, 27 years of service all over the cable, everything except transportation. When you do a cold call, you get a sheet or you get an email, you get something of a contact that you have never came in contact with before. I can't get on the phone. I get on the phone and I say, I'm looking through the paper. Okay, the person name of the company is John. Hey, hello, can I speak with John? This is John speaking. Hey, John, my name is Marian, giving you a call from Emmteenestlogistics. I was calling to see if you were in the market for it. But this is not a cold call. Hey, John? Yeah, I got your information from Susie. She told me that you have a 53-foot dry van, and that you want to go to A, B, C, and D, and that you want to be home every weekend, and that you are a new authority, and that's not a cold call, baby. That is warm. As a matter of fact, it's piping hot. So let's be for real with each other, and let's get for real about what we do. Because these type of practices, I'm not knocking anyone, but let's just know what we're doing and know what we're talking. I was on a clubhouse last night, and there was a lady on there. Her name was Melanie. And she was saying, it takes a special skill set to do what we do. From 27 years of service, which is why this part is wonderful for me. I can teach it to you. I can help you do it. I can show you how to retain and get customers. I can tell you how to keep them. All about service, all things service. That's me. I got a whole separate situation where I serve that at. But she is correct. If you think that coming into this and you think that I'm going to be an independent dispatcher because so-and-so said that I'll just sit home and I don't have to get nobody to take care of my kids. And Melanie Patterson, that was her name. And I don't have to get nobody to do A, B, and C. And I'm going to be home and I'll be able to cook and my husband will be all wonderful and everything will be well and I can spend more time with my family. It is a lie. This is still your occupation. And as a matter of fact, you may spend even less time with your family in the same home than you did when you clocked in. Because at least when you clocked in, you know you was clocking in on when people clock at 8 o'clock. You know you was getting out that 5 o'clock clock out and get on up out there. And if they ask you to do a single thing a minute more than that, then you asking them how much it's going to be because you know it's going to be your time and a half. But you know that if that business is open from 7 a.m. and it closes at 7 p.m., you know you was up out of here. Not this. You everything that those companies had, you can go ahead and get that out your mind. Because those people had their own things set up. They had their business in order. They had a specific position that you were going to do. This is what you were hired to do. This is what I'm going to pay you to do. They had their systems in order. They had all that. When you do this on your own, let's start from ground zero. Before we even get to, you need to be able to understand that you are marketing, you are sales, you are the supervisor, you are the janitor, you are every position, you are marketing, you are the street team, you are every single thing in your business. And you think that you did something when you was clocking in and out on those people's jobs, but you need to do so much more for yourself because you are the business, you are the brand. You are the one that has to make the decisions. You are the one that has to put yourself out there. You are the one that has to represent yourself. You are the one that has to follow up. You are the one that has to be customer service and make sure you show yourself friendly even when you got disdain in your heart. It is all you. We are every woman. We are every woman. We are every, there you go. We are it. So when I talk about customer service and how serious it is, that I wasn't doing customer service for 27 years because it was a gift to me, and the people at the company decided how they wanted to pay me and utilize it. But it wasn't nothing that they taught me. It was already mine. It is something that can be taught and that you will need in your business, and that can be a different conversation. However, what I'm saying to you is it is all you. But before you even start this, don't get into this off hearsay. I hope that I'm talking to somebody, even if you in it, this will help you. Do you understand our role as an independent dispatcher? Do you understand and do you know that you need to have your mind right? Huh? See, here's the thing. People don't talk to us and tell us about the mental ramifications of what it is that we do. And if you don't have some kind of center, if you don't have some kind of spiritual backing, if you don't have, your mind ain't right, this will send you into depression. This will send you into a state of mind that ain't nobody around you safe. Because let me tell you, when you take on that carrier and you going from all of the hearsay and you find that you can't find nothing, you find that it's been days, you find before that you did not interview this carrier properly and now he on your nerves, but you jumped up and got him because you said, ooh, my trainer, the training that I took said I need to take on a 53-foot dry van. But let me tell you about that 53-foot dry van. Let me tell y'all about these carriers with that kind of equipment. They are used to working for a certain amount of money. They're used to working for a company. And you are the one that is going to have to teach them and train them that, listen, buddy, ma'am, sir, brother, deacon, pastor, whomever you are, you work for yourself now. So all of the systems and the money and all of the things that you have with a company, that is out of the window. The reality of your situation is because we're interviewing, We're interviewing. Don't know how to interview? I got a whole book about it. It's called My Homeboy Said. It's for $7.99. It's for sale. Get you one. You gotta let them know when you interview them. This is how the interview go. Hey, how you doing? My name is Marian. I'm giving you a call with Emmteenestlogistics. Are you in the market for a dispatcher? As a matter of fact, I am. Well, all right. Again, my name is Marian. What are your needs? What are you driving? Are you whatever your things are? Do you have a CDL, a non-CDL? What's your equipment? Where do you want to go? Have you been driving for anybody before? Did you have a dispatcher before? Oh, you did? What was the reason for that? Oh, they didn't do right by you? Okay, boo, boo, boo. Well, I'm willing to take you on. Or no, you didn't have one. Well, let's do this. So I'm going to ask you all of the things. You tell me this is what I got. This is where I want to go. This is what I need to be. I got to ask important questions because just like you want to know if you want to work with me, I need to know if I want to work with you. So, hey, what do you need this truck to pay for you? What you mean? No. What do you need? What's your rate per mile? What is that you're looking for to get paid? Oh, wow, what you need to show to pay for you? Oh, I needed to pay my mortgage. I needed to pay my rent. I needed to pay my condo. I needed to pay my child support. I needed to pay my side piece. I needed to pay my host on the road. I needed to pay my hotels on the road because I'm going to be sneaking off grid and I really want to know what my people at home to know what I'm doing. I need to know all the things because let me tell you something. I am your dispatcher. What it is that we talk about and what it is that we do and what you need to pay is my business. Huh? Okay, I'm writing down all of the things because you answering me all of the questions. Are you a felon? Huh? What are you a felon? Let me tell you something. If you are a felon, that's your business. It's not going to keep you from working in this industry. It's not going to stop you from doing anything that you need to do. But I do need to know it because I need to know I do not need to send you to a port and I do not need to send you to a military base. Huh? Because these are the things that I know. Because as your independent dispatcher, I am keeping up with the things that I need to know. I'm keeping up with how much your truck is going for. I'm keeping up with what's the A lane, B lane, B lane. I'm keeping up with all of the problems. I'm keeping up with all of the industry things because that's what a dispatcher, one of the things that we do. But see, we're not presenting ourselves properly and doing what we should do by the people. So that's why people think it's a joke. That's why people think they don't want to pay us. That's why people think that we're not necessary because we're not doing what we need to do and presenting ourselves as knowledgeable. What we're doing is running out here because somebody said, and the energy was over here and all things over here. And I got 160 trucks. And this is what the thing is I did. But can I talk to you? Can I ask you a question? Can I get up with you? Can I make an appointment? Why it's going to be that much? I already paid you $1,000. Why can't you? All of the things. I'm talking to you from the chair that we sit in every day, the chair that we laugh in, the chair that we cry in, the chair that we sit in when we can't find our carrier or nothing, the chair that we praise whatever we praise when we get them something and they go out for more than 2 days or go out for some. This is the chair that I sit in. See, I don't sit in a chair with an oak desk, with chandeliers. I don't sit in a chair of I get to party every week. I don't sit in that chair yet. Huh? You hear me? When they can't move, you can't move. But guess what? Your bills are still due. Also, let's talk about the trailer also. You jump out there, you don't interview them properly. Again, these people come from companies, so they tell you what they want. Oh, I can do it. They tell you what they need. Oh, yes, I got you. And then you don't know because all your trainer, the course you told you was you need to get a 53-foot dry van. So guess what? You on the load board, huh? You on the load board. You see some work for a 53-foot dry van. It say it's going from Stone Mountain to Atlanta. It say, here we go. It say it's going 150 miles for $700. Well, you don't know how to partialize this truck. So you say, I'm not taking that. They tried my driver for $700. I forgot this part. And it's only 2,500 pounds. Oh, they tried my driver. They didn't try your driver. You tried your driver because all you want to look for is something that's a certain amount of money and a certain amount of pounds, but you don't realize that you're supposed to get that. I'm in Georgia. So you're supposed to take that 700, huh? Take that 700 from in Atlanta for 150 miles. And then the man want to go to Texas. So you need to be running that truck. You got that $700, y'all coming out of Atlanta. You need to be finding him something in Alabama because that's the next state over. Then you need to be finding him something after that in Mississippi if you want to get something in Mississippi. And then you need to be finding him something in Louisiana. You need to be putting something on his truck until he tell you to stop. But you don't know that. You just feel like I got this 53-foot dry van. I ain't interview him. I ain't do nothing. And I'm about to make that cash because that's what they told me. But you don't know what to do. Now you want to know why he hollering at you. And now you want to tell him, well, they had something, but it was only for 150 miles for $700. And I know you said that you want $10 a mile. And now they tell you, you know what? Where it was going. It was going to Texas. I told you this morning I want to go to Texas. You could have found me something. Oh, now you looking crazy. What? You partialize it. Stack it, partialize it. You know, I wouldn't learn the right word, but I was saying stack it at first too, and I still say stack it right now when I can't remember. But this is what I'm saying. We don't know our tasks. Carriers, if there's carriers watching, if you want to move your own truck and you don't want a dispatcher, take you a dispatcher course. Because what you're going to stop doing is downplaying a dispatcher who knows what's going on in the industry, but I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. I don't need no dispatcher. What I'm going to give you some of my money for? Oh, but you want some of my time as soon as nobody don't pay you. Hey, I had been watching your page. I had seen you in the group. You look like you know what you was talking about. I got a company that ain't paid me. Or you like, I've been out here. I do it myself. You carrier, because you're not exempt. We have our faults. You have yours as well. I'm not saying that you got to have your dispatcher. It's your choice. It's your business. However, if you're going to run it yourself, know how to run it. Don't be out here saying, man, I don't been in there for 30 days. I be calling these brokers up, you know what I'm saying? And the broker want to tell me that it's going to be this amount. You in a box truck, non-CDL, but your homeboy I told you. So you going to tell the broker you want $4 a mile. The broker done told you you ain't got no CDL. You've been in business less than 30 days, and I'm willing to work with you, and you want to tell me that? So now you got yourself out here trying to be more and get more than you are worth because you don't know that you are a new authority. You got a non-CDL and you in a box truck. So right now, what's going on in the industry for you is high ticket. It's $1.40 a mile. You out here trying to get $4 and turning down stuff, but guess what? That truck payment still due. That truck insurance still due. That mortgage, that rent, them hoes, they still want their pointage. So if you are opting to do it for yourself, know what you're doing. And don't downplay me, talk trash about me, and then contact me. Hey, I sent you an inbox. Hey, ma'am, I sent you an inbox. I get to the inbox. I don't went and work for Massive 3PL because they don't promise me $4,600 for 2 miles. And guess what? Massive 3PL can't even work with nobody. You hear me? You done took all these people because you didn't know about checking credit. You didn't know that when nobody didn't pay you. As a matter of fact, you didn't even know that when a broker company don't pay you in the amount of time they said that this is how you go and look and see who factors them and you get up on that bond. I need you to know. Don't downplay me. Don't doubt you. We need to work together. The distrust in this industry is horrible. And what is sad is we need each other. We need each other because let's get on into more of the reality of the dispatching situation, huh? When we see glitz and glam and people want to holler network. Your network is going to be your net worth. I don't need to hear that. I need you to tell me and help me understand that being an independent dispatcher, an honest independent dispatcher, is not going to make you rich. You got to have a passion. You have to have the passion and motivation in you to be of service and give excellent service. And that's what I do. And I also realize that what my scale up is, and I also show others and teach others how to scale up, because your scale up is going to be, however, your scale up should be something that you already know how to do. Don't be trying to scale up on a new skill when you haven't even mastered this. This right here, this independent dispatcher, this is our entry. This is our entry. When you want to come in, you want to look, we see all the glitz and glams. You hear me? I'm in here with a t-shirt wrapped around my head because I didn't feel like combing my hair this morning. I don't got nobody come over and give me an install. I don't have anybody, I don't have big TVs and big parties and stuff going on. I am the reality of what we do. I am the realness of what we do. And success is my goal, but I operate in purpose. And I'm passionate about that purpose. And money gonna find me. But when we do what we do, and we have to want to do it, we cannot do it because we looking at what somebody else doing. And it's not the reality. We don't realize that they don't have no trucks. We don't realize that they still pushing dope. We don't realize that they operate in organized crime, calling it the trucking business. We don't realize that we don't know it. We looking for the things. But let me tell you, I'm here to tell you that this is the reality of what we do sitting from my seat, huh? And I'm not going to be giving y'all no false looks and no false, because the Bible says shun the very appearance of evil. And I'm not going to be operating in that space, in a space of, letting the devil ride because I want some money. I'm not going to operate in a space of deception. I'm not going to come on here and I'm going to be glitz and glammed out. And I'm going to tell y'all, all you got to do is get my course. And I promise you, as soon as you get through taking my course, all is going to be well, and you're going to be laced out. Maybe you're going to be driving in a Benz, and you're going to be living in this right here. Oh, and you're going to be riding first class and sitting pretty. That's a lie. Let's talk about networking being your network. I need to network with some people who look like me, because let me talk about this network being your network. I can network. You network me into showing up to your event. I come in there for free. It's almost like dope. I'm going to give you this first hit for free, but then you're going to pay for the rest. That's exactly how it moves. You go to these networking events of these name brand people. They get you in there. It's a packed house because it's a networking event. But when you get there, ain't no networking. It's your sit down. Let me pitch you. Now run me $5,000 right now. Now, don't get it twisted. You're going to, at some point in your journey, you're going to have to pay big dollars. You're going to have to pay good money because you got to get to the next level. You want to work with people who've been to the levels. Like right now, I'm in a $6,000 level. That's me. That's where I'm at. And I'm sorry, I'm in a $10,000 level. I got to a point when I made that, through teaching, through books, and through learning and doing it. So now I can coach and I can mentor somebody and I can charge somebody $5,000. I ain't gonna charge them 10 because I ain't sit at 10 consistently. Huh? This is the reality of how, if I'm a mentor and I'm gonna coach somebody, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I hit 10 grand one time, because guess what? That ain't enough experience. It wasn't able to sit in my bank account that long because I had a couple of things I need to pay. So right now I can hit you with about a little 5,500. And I can get you to that level if that's, what I'm into, what I wanted to get into. However, they get you in there. You get hooked and hit. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, the energy in here is great. Oh, this is good. Now, don't get it twisted. They got some plants in here too. Because you can't tell me. I know we got some money. I know we do. But you can't tell me that is this many people that got $10,000 right now and ready to cut you the check, sitting in the room with me. If it is, I need to network with you on this level. So now I done paid you my 10 grand. Now let me tell you, when I pay you my 10 grand, you don't really tell me that my 10 grand and your 10 grand and their 10 grand is all going to come together in a pool. And guess what? I'm going to reap the benefits because it's pretty much with some type of Ponzi scheme, or some type of situation where we paid in like a pot. And now I'm reaping. Because if you go to some of the people right now that's in your 100,000 situation and coming and sitting in your classes, and not your classes, in these seminars that you have, when I ask them what they do, ain't none of them can't tell me nothing. But they can listen to you hoop and holler and preach. You who they paid their $10,000 to, who y'all got a panel, who y'all millionaire living, and they done paid all this money. That kind of networking. And I get a special guest and a name brand, huh? I get a name brand that come in here, one or two who really know what they're talking about, because I really don't know what I'm talking about. But if I can bring you somebody here to make you hoop and holler, woo! I can make you shout. Guess what? I'm going to have them up in there because it's going to take the frame off of me. And then when it come back to me, guess what I'm going to show you? Y'all see how beautiful this place is? This is what our investments are doing. We got a hot party going on in the back. And guess what? We're going to give away a car today. Oh, yes, we are. That we done all tax wrote off. Because let me tell you something. One thing about a schemer and a scammer, they have something that they really do know how to do. And they have taken that and they do that with perfection. But they know how to get us. They know how to make us be spirited. They know how to make us get happy. They know all of the things to say. But when we get ready to go home, and guess what? The reality of our situation is still real. And I'm looking at the videos from the situation that we went to, and you done had your editor soup it up so good that even though I was there, I'm still fooled. What? let me tell you, we got to understand, we got to know what we're doing as an independent dispatcher. I got a little off track because I get a little spirited. But I need for my people, and my people, let me tell you, though, doesn't mean black people, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. I need for us to work together. I need for us to network together at the level that we are. And as we move and as we grow, we'll get there. What is it? Collaboration over competition. We have to understand what we're doing. We have to understand that we got to have our mind right. We got to have our households together. We have to understand that this ain't easy. And forget what people tell you and that you're going to jump right into it and that you're going to make this money and that it's going to be. That's not the reality of this seat. But what we do and how we be of service will help us grow. I wrote a book about my experience with a box truck. 24-foot box truck, non-CDL, new authority. By the grace of prayer and God, I was able to help those people make almost 21 grand in 45 days, probably less than that. But let me tell you how many times I was in here like, Lord, I need you to move. But I didn't have not one problem out of them. You know why? Because in the interview, I told them, look here, you are new, you're driving this box truck, and you don't have no CDL. So in this first 90 days, it is going to be challenging to consistently keep you rolling because you got to get your verbiage together. You got to choose your words. See, all them years working for them folk, I gave them scripts to write, and then they had some of their own. So you got to give and you got to take. I apply all of those things into my business. And you know what happened? I learned, I worked with them, and I told them in December, in the new year, the second week of January, we are no longer going to work together because of two things. One thing, that's when everything stops. So that's a good time for me to quit y'all. When it ain't no money to be made. That's number one. Number two, I have learned through this experience that whatever the equipment is, I want to work with someone who has a CDL. By the time that second week of January came, that carrier sent me his schedule. He was going to get his CDL. He contacted me last week, the week before. He got him a truck and he'll be ready to move soon. He said that for the last several months, he has been working with a big name company and their service was horrible and my service was impeccable. It is service. It is service, being of service and giving great service. This man know when it's I didn't put a dime on it. But I was good to them. I treated them well. I communicated well. I followed up with them. I did all of the things. And they did what I asked of them. I let them know, look here, it ain't, you're going to go over the road if you're going to work with me, huh? You're going to have to do any and everything except sell some tail to make it happen. Do we have an understanding? Well, what does that mean? That mean that you might have to take trash. You might have to take furniture. You might have to take mattresses. You got to do what you got to do if you want to make some money in this time. And they said yes. They agreed. And you know what they did? You know what I did? They agreed to work hard. That made me work harder. So I didn't just sit in this chair for them. I sat in this chair. I went on load boards. I went on Craigslist. Then I got in my car and I went to furniture stores and mattress stores. And I said, hey, do you have these? Is your branch, is your store in this area? Tell me all of the places that your stores are in. I pounded the pavement. I put out information saying that in where I live. Because if I'm going to ask somebody to work hard, I need to work harder. Because if I'm putting out a request, that means I plan on doing something so extraordinary for you, but you need to be able to reciprocate. The greatest among you is your servant. Matthew 23:11. Amen. Amen. So I'm going to wrap it up. I just wanted to come on here and make sure that I'm going to give a little rundown. We need to understand what we do as a dispatcher. This is me. I look at independent dispatching as a ministry. I do. That's just me. Because we are the make and break of these people's businesses. It's a ministry. And in ministry, you know, you got to be ready. You got to be a therapist. You got to have the right words. You got to know when to listen. You got to know because you will spend a lot of time with these people on the phone. And when stuff ain't going right at home, you're going to hear about it because there's nobody else for them to talk to out there on this road. That's why you got to have your house in order, huh? Your mates got to understand that I'm going to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's going to be conversations that you feel are not necessary, but if I don't keep my carrier mind right, he out there by himself. Do you not know that these people are out there killing themselves because of loneliness and things that are going on at home that they can't get back to? And as a dispatcher, if I don't route you, if I don't direct you, if I don't pray for you, if I don't listen to you, if I don't talk to you, if I don't help you out at sometimes when there's things that you feel like is not even my job, then I'm not doing my job, and it's a responsibility. And if you are not mentally prepared, if you do not understand the responsibility, if you do not understand all of the things that it entails, then this might not be for you. And this is one of the things that people do not tell us. This is one of the things that I teach in more detail in my courses when you take a course from me. And even if you're not in a position to take one, I'm just telling you what I do. That's why some of you probably saw my flyer that says it's going to be independent this in the Marian E. King way, because I talk about all of the things, because there is nothing that we should be getting into that we don't know the whole thing. Even when you go and clock in and clock out at them people company, when they make you that offer, they say, this is the thing I want you to do. I want you to answer my phone. I want you to go on break. I want you to come back from break. I want you to go to lunch. I want you to come back from lunch. I want you to take another break. And in between that, I want you to answer my phone. I want you to get on my computer. I want you to go use the bathroom for 2 minutes at a time. They tell you everything that they want you to do. And you decide, this is all I want you to do, and I'm going to pay you $15 an hour for it. You get to decide to say, oh, I'm going to use the bathroom when they say I want to, check. I'm going to go to lunch when they say I can, check. I'm going to go on break when they say check. I'm going to take this $15 check. You know what? I signed up for a boom. You got to do the same thing here. You got to know what you're doing, what you're getting into. And I don't want to be the person that come on here and tell us, look here, this is what it is. And if it ain't going to be for you, it ain't going to be for you. Ain't nothing easy about it unless you grandfathered in. And even let's talk about that. Grandfathered in. Some of y'all have this experience. If you ain't, you're probably going to have it. Those of you who got your people who say, hey, when you going to go to dispatcher class? I want you to dispatch for me. When you going to go to dispatcher class? I want you to dispatch for me. Oh, you go to dispatcher class and you dispatch for them, and guess what? Y'all fall out. Because who they working under got them moving. You knew. And that's a thing from coming from someplace else. And when you got a driver that work with a company, those companies have their connections. They got their agreements with their shippers. They got their stuff settled. As an independent dispatcher, we need to know how to talk to people. We need to know, we need to be the voice of our carrier. We need to know how to negotiate. We need to know when to hold them and when to fold them. We need to know all of the things, because we are the one who intercedes. I'm sorry. Woo! Sometimes I go there. We are the one. We are the nucleus. That carrier has to come to us. That broker has to come to us. Because we have to understand, and this is another thing I'm going to just a little second. We have to understand that this is how we work. This is how we keep it together. We don't let them connect. So when I see you all out here saying you want to hurry up and get a carrier, and you want to hurry up and get him a dedicated lane, you don't want to work. You want to get him a dedicated lane for a while. And if you're going to get him a dedicated lane, do you know how to make sure that the dedicated lane is worth it? Do you know that if you are spot marketing or Craigslisting or whatever it is that you're doing, and that carrier is bringing home $5,000 a week, and then you get a broker or somebody who said that they want to do a dedicated, they want to get your truck, your carrier to be dedicated, and they paying $3,500, and you talking about, oh, we gonna go for it because I'm tired of looking for him something every day. I'm tired of not being able to give him no back call. I'm tired of, you sorry, and this ain't for you. The work don't stop. The creativity don't stop. The way that you can help them don't stop. It does not stop, and we can't be in that mindset. We can't be in that mindset. And my mindset is I will never again work harder for somebody else than I work for myself. But when I am in partnership with these people, because this is a partnership. Yes, you work for them, but in partnership, you have to understand, give and take. If I don't find you nothing, I don't get paid. If you don't find nothing, your business go down. So just understand the responsibility that we have as independent dispatchers. It is more than, oh, you need a dispatcher. Oh, I want to do it for you. Oh, I'm going to get on the load board. No, we have to know some things. We got to know industry trends. We have to know what's going on. And even if you are not one of those dispatchers that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 14% and all that kind of stuff, you still need to know what's going on, because you may even just, if nothing else, you know it for yourself and something to give your carrier a heads up. Even if you say, hey, you know, I was reading the transportation information, and they getting ready to, you know, start cracking down on such and such, starting July the 1st. Oh, where that's gonna be at? Where? Oh, that's still on you. That's you. I'm giving you a heads up of what's going on so you can go look into it, because I'm not a 9, 10, 11, 12% of where I do that for you, catch up for you. But what I am saying is I'm showing you that I'm keeping up with the industry trends, and I'm not going to let them happen to you, because in turn it's going to happen to me. Something is going to negatively affect me. However, I am keeping up with things, and that lets you know that I will do that for you. And it keeps the level of trust and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here while I'm going to look around. I don't see any questions. I just see some, hey. I appreciate y'all for giving me y'all time. And I'll go back and check the questions. I'm going to save this video. Thank you all so much. I get a little passionate and a little spirited, but I just want us to do well and be well. All right. Thank y'all so much for your time, and I will talk to y'all later. Oh, Lord.